Sonic Origins, the collection I've been waiting years for, and now it's finally here. Developed by Headcanon and Sonic Team, and released on the franchise's 31st anniversary, Sonic Origins is a collection of 4 remasters of the main classic Sonic games: Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3, and Knuckles. This collection was first announced at the May 2021 Sonic Central, and I remember being extremely curious to see more of it, because this collection was the first time in over 10 years since Sonic 3 and Knuckles got ported, the last time being on Steam back in January 2011. Since then, the game ended up getting left off a lot of classic Genesis game collections, along with being excluded from that Sega Genesis mini console. Why was this happening? Well, Sonic 3 has the whole issue with the soundtrack that I don't want to delve into that much, especially since I talked about it extensively in my Sonic 3 and Knuckles re-review, but to summarize it for this video, Michael Jackson was involved in Sonic 3's music, so he brought in his sound team, including Brad Buxer, to compose music for the game. As a result, certain tracks from Sonic 3 have had long-standing legal issues that Sega themselves can't sort out, or really make official comments on. But Yuji Naka sure can. Thanks for the confirmation, Naka-san. So anyways, the music in Sonic 3 was definitely the one thing holding it back from being ported for years. So how are they gonna work around that for Origins? Well, I'll get to that later. The initial reveal for Sonic Origins showed off footage from the 2011 port of CD and the 2013 ports of Sonic 1 and 2, which were handled by Christian Whitehead and Stealth. After doing the 2013 ports, the two actually put together a proof of concept for a Sonic 3 remaster that they offered to Sega. They even uploaded a video showing off their port. This was way back in 2014. While it looked very promising, Sega didn't greenlight the project, for reasons that should be obvious. But of course, this wouldn't mark the end of these two's time working with Sega. While the Sonic 3 remaster was rejected, in 2017, both Whitehead and Stealth's company, Headcanon, with help from Pagoda West Games and Hyperkinetic Studios, they released Sonic Mania, one of the most critically and commercially successful Sonic games to be released in recent times. While Mania was a big hit, a lot of the people who worked on it made it pretty clear that this would probably be the only project Sega would hire them for, which is super heartbreaking. A few years back, I was really hoping that if Mania was a big hit, maybe both Christian and Stealth would have finally got to make that Sonic 3 remaster, along with being able to port over their Sonic 1 and 2 remasters since those were limited to mobile phones for a while. This leads me back to the Sonic Origins reveal trailer. One thing that I and many others noticed about the Sonic Origins reveal trailer was how it did use footage from the remasters of Sonic 1, 2, and CD, but Sonic 3 only used placeholder emulator footage. So I initially thought that this collection was just going to be the already existing Christian Whitehead Stealth remasters, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles was just going to be emulated. But no, Katie on the social media team confirmed that Sonic 3 was also going to be in widescreen like all the others, which then led me to being extremely paranoid for a few months, just wondering who the hell was going to be in charge of making the remaster. And we didn't get an answer for this until the official trailer for the game dropped much later in April 2022. At this point, I was just crossing my fingers that either Whitehead or Stealth were involved, and thankfully, it was confirmed that Headcanon would be the ones in charge of remastering Sonic 3, but without Christian Whitehead. That made me pretty sad. But at the same time, Origins was already going to include his 2011 and 2013 ports anyways, but I still find it pretty sad that the Sonic 3 remaster would have no involvement from him. The trailer still made me very excited, and since day one, I didn't think Origins was going to turn out to be a flop. I heard a lot of people complaining about the price. It didn't bother me at first, but after sitting with it for a while, was the $40 to $45 price really necessary? I still bought the game and was excited to play it, but I'm not sure if $40 was a real justifiable price for these games, no matter how good I think the remasters are. Don't you think $20 or $30 should have been the limit? Though I guess we should just be happy that Nintendo wasn't handling this port. Like, imagine all of this, but it's $60. I guess while I'm at it, I don't really understand why Sonic 1, 2, CD, and 3 and Knuckles got delisted on several stores. I can kind of understand delisting the standard ROMs for Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, but Why was CD delisted? It's literally the same remaster that's gonna be on Origins. Plus, it was $5. I guess I don't feel too right about this game getting delisted, since this was the version of CD that made me a Sonic fan 11 years ago. So seeing it go like that is just sad. I understand they wanted to sell this as a collection, but I feel like if they delisted all the games, and then replaced them with the Whitehead Stealth remasters, and maybe priced each game at $5 to $10, I feel like less people would have been mad about that. But no, we have to buy them in this huge ass collection, and release it in the middle of summer when a bunch of discount sales are going on, and leave the game full price during this time. Quite a power move, Sega. Well, Sonic Origins is finally out. What do I think of it? Obviously, I'm not gonna do in-depth re-reviews of the games again, so I'll try to go down what new features Origins brings to the table, along with all the extra content. While headcanon were attached to this game, I get the feeling this collection was mostly handled by Sonic Team, in the sense that they just took the 2011 and 2013 ports of Sonic 1, 2, and CD, and just hastily ported them over to Origins. Meanwhile, headcanon was mainly remastering Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It sounded like a fair compromise, but it wasn't handled too perfectly. I'll get to why in a bit. As I said before, Sonic Origins contains remasters of all 4 classic Sonic games, but with a couple new modes added in. There's the main Anniversary mode, which is basically the remastered versions of the games running in widescreen and all. However, this mode also takes away the life function, and in its place is a new mechanic: coins. Yep. Coins in a Sonic game. What do the coins do? Well, they can be used to retry special stages, along with being able to buy stuff in this game's museum, which I'll be looking at later. Oh yeah, Anniversary mode also adds the drop dash from Sonic Mania into all the games, and it doesn't function the greatest, apart from Sonic 3. In the other games, it works fine, but the boost of speed you get from Mania's drop dash is completely gone. Like the instant takeoff and all, it's just missing, unless you're already going down a slope. Now, I initially thought this was being done intentionally since Sonic 1, 2, and CD were especially not designed with the drop dash in mind, but the move literally works just fine in Sonic 3, so I have no clue what happened. Then again, the Sonic 3 remaster was very clearly built off the Mania engine, so I'm gonna assume the drop dash's pretty whack implementation in the first 3 games was most likely Sonic Team's doing, not headcanon. Another mode you can do is Classic Mode, which is just the remasters playing in 4x3. But there's no drop dash, and instead of coins, the standard life function is back. This is a decent mode, but I don't feel like it was executed as well as it could have been, but I'll delve more into that when I get to the individual games. I've heard some people say that this mode should have been the original games being emulated, and while I can understand that logic, in all honesty, I'm glad it's just the remaster slightly modified, especially in Sonic CD's case. Like, I don't care who you are, who the fuck wants to play the original CD with the whack collision detection? On the topic of the life function, I don't mind Anniversary mode removing lives in place of coins, but I do agree with everyone else that there should have been an option to switch between the coins and lives in Anniversary mode. It feels a bit strange that it's only limited to Classic mode. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Anyways, all the games come with their own boss rush mode, which I think speaks for itself. Not a bad mode. There's also a mirror mode, which is a bizarre extra, but it's honestly a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, it's probably a pretty basic mode for some people, but I still think it's a fun little twist on how you could play these games. It could also be a great test of your skills, especially for people like me who play these games way too often. But as much as I like this mode, I do have one minor gripe with it. I kinda wish the title screens were mirrored too. I know, it's a very small complaint, but I just think that little detail would have been pretty hilarious. So while Origins gives you the option to play the game separately, there's also a story mode, which has you play through all 4 games in chronological order, which also means that this mode gives a canonical answer as to where the hell Sonic CD even fits in the timeline, and it apparently takes place between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. Okay, no real issues with that. Sonic CD did start production before Sonic 2 after all. But there's more. In what should have been the biggest new piece of content exclusive to the story mode, we have these brand new animated cutscenes. Directed by Tyson Hess, with scenarios written by IDW writer Ian Flynn, these cutscenes only last about 6 minutes or so, but they're a lot of fun. I'm really happy they added these in. The ones with Amy are my absolute favorite. Rosie's the best. Also, seeing Tails get canonically trolled was, laughable. Ian Flynn knew what he was doing. I also really love seeing how Eggman tricked Knuckles at the beginning of Sonic 3. I thought that was fun. Also, is the ending cutscene supposed to signify that Sonic is chasing Eggman through Speed Highway or something? That's what it kind of looks like. Or maybe it's Station Square? Who fucking knows? I guess Ian Flynn would know. He did write the damn cutscenes. Just all in all, these cutscenes are a good time. However, the one problem I have with these new cutscenes is mainly just a weird design choice about them. Like some people, I assumed these cutscenes were only going to be viewable in the story mode. But upon playing the game, the cutscenes will end up playing on Anniversary mode, and they could even play on the Classic mode too, which literally makes no sense. I feel like this could be fixed in a simple patch, so I don't want to harp on that too much because I still love these cutscenes, but it still feels weird watching them outside the story mode. To repeat, the cutscenes with Amy are my favorite, but I'm also shocked that she had a pretty huge presence in both the game's cutscenes and promotional materials because she isn't even playable in the actual games. I understand that Amy never really had a true classic gameplay style, but I still think making her playable would have been a fun extra. Maybe they could have done a fun spin on her gameplay from the advanced games. I don't know. Okay, those were all the main features. So now I'm gonna go over each remaster in the collection and point out any problems with them that I feel like bringing up. Starting with Sonic 1, I have practically no issues with this remaster on Origins, besides the drop dash not working too well. Apart from that, this is still a pretty great way of playing the original Sonic 1. I'd actually say I have more of an issue with the Classic mode over the Anniversary mode. Why? You see, the level select code for Sonic 1 is still accessible at the title screen by pressing up, down, left, right. On the level select, it gives you the option to shut off the spin dash, and you can turn on the speed and air caps from the original game. Why am I mentioning this? Well, I personally feel that if the Classic mode wanted to be more authentic to the original Sonic 1, why not disable the spin dash and enable the speed caps? Okay, I know I'm probably the only crazy person willing to play Sonic 1 like this again, but I still feel like that was a huge missed opportunity for Classic mode. But going back to the level select, it also gives you the same option from the 2013 port where you can have all 7 emeralds, meaning you can unlock Super Sonic in Sonic 1, which is a lot of fun. But for some reason, in Anniversary mode, he can't drop dash, which doesn't make a lot of sense because he can still drop dash in Sonic 2. Even Hypersonic can drop dash. Weird oversight. There's also a feature that I think is new for this port, where it lets you use the elemental shields from Sonic 3. You also have this option for Sonic 2 as well. This is really fucking cool. Using the bubble shield in Labyrinth Zone is so rad. I love that option so much. Okay, apart from the Classic mode not being too authentic, the Sonic 1 remaster is still really solid on Origins, and I'm happy to finally play it on consoles and PC. Officially. Sonic CD. This remaster I hold pretty close to my heart, and I was most looking forward to playing it in this port. The biggest positive I can give this remaster on Origins is that Sega was finally able to work out the legal issues with the Japanese vocal themes. Yep, the vocals for You Can Do Anything and Cosmic Eternity are finally back, which makes me so happy. They're some of the best vocal themes ever made for a Sonic game. And of all the legal issues that I'm sure Origins brought to the company, I'm glad Sonic CD's music was able to get fixed. Now, the flaws. On the topic of the music, we still have the ability to swap between the Japanese and American soundtracks, but for some weird reason, the American soundtrack was set to default for every version of the game, minus the Japanese version obviously. Don't get me wrong, I still like the US soundtrack just fine, but the Japanese soundtrack really should have been the default on every version. And while I am happy that the option to switch between both soundtracks is still here, for another weird reason, the option to do so is partially hidden. You have to scroll through the title screen menu to find the soundtrack, and then you can go switch it. Yeah, the new main menu's a bit weird. I understand they redid this to make it look more authentic to the game's original menus, but I think this was really pointless, especially considering the 2011 menus are still intact on this port. But yeah, while the new main menu is a bit weird at first, the time attack, soundtrack, options, and extras menus from the 2011 port are still here, and they all work just like they did 11 years ago, which is great to see. Alright, here's my biggest issue with this port. The closing cutscene for Sonic CD was really horribly mishandled. Not referring to the new cutscenes, but the original cutscenes. First off, the opening cutscene looks fantastic. It got AI upscaled frame by frame and it looks really great. There's no way the original cells for these cutscenes will ever see a proper remaster, so doing an AI remaster wasn't a bad idea. Oh yeah, in classic mode, even if you're playing with the side borders, the original cutscenes still get rid of them even though they're in 4x3. Not too sure why. So I do really like the newly remastered opening cutscene. I just wish I could say the same about the ending cutscenes. Originally, the good and bad endings of Sonic CD in the Japanese version included some sound effects at the start of the cutscenes before Cosmic Eternity would kick in. It was really well executed and still stands as some of the best animated cutscenes ever made for a Sonic game. But Sonic Origins completely botched up the endings by removing the original sound effects and messing up the speed on the cutscenes to try fitting the music faster. It's hard for me to explain, but here's a comparison. Yeah, I have no clue why they screwed up the ending cutscene so badly. Even the closing stingers are missing their original audio and are playing way too fast. Why? I really hope they can patch in fixed versions of these cutscenes again because this is just ridiculous. And it completely destroys the original feel of them in a way. Hopefully it won't be super difficult to fix. But you know what wouldn't be difficult to patch back in? The voice clips!
I'm out of here!
Yep, both Sonic's voice clips got removed from this port, which I don't get why. I'm gonna assume this was probably Sonic Team's doing because I guess someone at Sega realized that classic Sonic is supposed to be a mute character to the general public, but Sonic CD just ruins that illusion. So I guess I can understand them needing to remove the voice clips so Sonic's betrayal could be the exact same in all the games. Doesn't mean I have to like it. It's really stupid. It also really ruins the preservation aspect of this collection a whole lot. They even removed Amy's yelp in Collision Chaos. What the fuck, Sonic Team? Please put the voice clips back in and fix Sonic CD's ending cutscenes, along with the drop dash not working that much either. Though I will admit, this is the one game in the collection where it feels super cursed using the drop dash. Not to mention it seriously breaks the Metal Sonic boss fight, and can make time traveling a total cakewalk. I guess the complaint about the classic mode again, it's just a CD remaster in 4x3, but I feel like classic mode should have had the original CD spin dash as the default. Yeah, you can still swap between which spin dash you want to use in Origins, so I'm not sure why classic mode didn't do this simple thing. Whatever. Oh, I guess the last thing I can mention is how Knuckles just isn't playable in CD. Even though he is playable in Sonic 1 and 2, there was literally no reason for him to not be playable. But I'm gonna assume Sega just didn't want to spend too much on this port. Ergo, this is mostly just the same version of CD from 2011. Oh well, as a whole, still a really solid version of CD, but could seriously use some work. Moving on to Sonic 2. Okay, the biggest positive I give to this port on this collection is that it's gonna give more people access to the superior versions of the special stages. I still adore these remade versions. I'm so happy I could officially play these on PC and home consoles now. Alright, positives over. Sonic 2's remaster on Origins is pretty alright, for the most part. Again, there's the drop dash issue that the other two games had, but I'll actually admit, I rarely used it at all in Sonic 2. So it's whatever, but it could still be fixed. The biggest fucking problem I have with Sonic 2 on Origins is something that can actually ruin the gameplay experience, and it mainly lies with just one mode, playing as Sonic and Tails. What's the issue? Well, if you outrun Tails as Sonic, he doesn't immediately respawn when going off screen. Instead, Tails will try to continue following Sonic off screen, and can get stuck jumping over and over again. And sometimes in Casino Knight's case, he'll keep spin dashing again and again, which will lead to your playthroughs and levels being accompanied by yeah, those sounds get pretty fucking annoying after a while. What's weird is that this is only an issue for Sonic 2. The Sonic 3 remaster doesn't have this problem. Not only can Tails respawning lead to this constant off-screen jumping and spin dashing, but this also means you can't really utilize Tails' ability to carry Sonic around, which is a really helpful move in some cases. But you rarely get to use it with Tails in Sonic 2 unless you carefully drag Tails around with you. Why? It doesn't have to be like this. You know what really sucks? This is like the only issue I have with this remaster on Origins, and I don't think it was even a problem back in 2013. So I'm gonna guess this Tails bug was probably something Sonic Team must have fucked up while bringing this port to Origins. Good job. Fix it. There's also a weird kind of bug where you can keep your rings after a special stage, which I think was only supposed to apply to Knuckles. I'm not sure if this was intentionally done for newer players, but seeing all the other weird bugs in this game, I'm gonna assume this was just another strange oversight for Sonic Team. Also, quickly bringing up the classic mode, why not re-enable the air cap from the original game for classic mode? Again, it seems like a really simple feature to leave on. I know I didn't bring up the air cap in my Sonic 2 re-review, but Origins gave me the chance to bring it up now, so ha! But yeah, Sonic 2 on Sonic Origins is fine, just maybe don't play as Sonic and Tails for a while. Alright, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Easily the most intriguing remaster on this whole collection. While retro engine remasters of Sonic 1, 2, and CD already existed, Sonic 3 was the one game that needed to be completely remastered. But unlike the other games where they used an early version of the retro engine, Sonic 3's remaster was built on the Sonic Mania engine, which explains why it plays a bit smoother than the other games. Plus the drop dash functions like it's supposed to. And Sonic 3 is actually the one game where it doesn't feel totally out of place. Remember, the October 1993 prototype also had a similar drop dash move you can do, so a part of me likes to think that maybe some portions of Sonic 3's level design were made with that drop dash in mind. So it's pretty cool to see an official version of Sonic 3 finally showcase this move. And I guess while we're on the prototype topic, let's address the elephant in the room. The very reason for Sonic 3's delay in being ported and remastered is the soundtrack. Sonic 3's original game score is one of the greatest in the whole series, but it's also been causing severe legal issues due to Michael Jackson and his sound team being involved with it. I'm gonna assume that Sega probably did try to get this issue sorted out, but I guess Brad Buxer or whoever the hell they tried talking to just demanded way more money than they were willing to spend. So as a compromise, Sonic 3 would get remastered, but needed to have its music changed, which wouldn't be the first time this happened. If you can remember, the 1997 PC port of Sonic 3 on the Sonic and Knuckles collection also had changed music, which people assume was made for that port until we later found out that it was actually taken from the 1993 prototype. So 25 years later, Sonic Origins had to revive those certain prototype tracks yet again, but this time, Jun Senoue was brought in to help remix them. At first, I was actually pretty happy to hear that Jun was involved because he was actually part of the original sound team for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so he seemed like the perfect person to bring on board to handle this, going back to his roots essentially. Unfortunately, when it comes to Jun composing Genesis music nowadays, I seem to have completely glossed over the fact that Jun was also responsible for this. Why did I think Jun was gonna pull this off? Here's the thing, I am sad that the original music for Carnival Night, Ice Cap, and Launch Base had to get changed, but at the same time, the prototype music for these levels doesn't sound that bad. Listening to the songs on a Genesis ROM, they can sound pretty great. So what the fuck was Jun thinking when he made this? What is this? What are the songs off key for? Is Jun going deaf or something? What's weird is that Ice Cap's new remixes sound fine, a bit empty, but still decent. See, that one sounds okay. So what the hell happened to the other two zones? Not only that, but the Sonic 3 remaster introduced a pretty cool idea where the Super and Hyper forms have their own unique theme. Kinda similar to what Sonic 2 did with its Supersonic theme. Basically, they just took the Sonic and Knuckles theme and rearranged it to be the Super theme, which was a really sick idea. Now, that's the good news. The bad news? Jun made it. Jun. I can sort of get how the level themes are screwed up. They were prototype tracks after all, so they technically were never really finished. But this track is literally just the Sonic and Knuckles theme. Everyone knows how it's supposed to sound. What a fucking mess. There's also one thing I really hate about the game's closing cutscene. They utilized an unused song from the Sonic 3 prototype instead of just playing Sky Sanctuary's music. I think that was a really smart idea, but it just sounds like shit. Also really sucks is that I'm not even sure if these music problems can even be fixed in a patch, since that would require Jun having to rework the songs, which I don't think he'd be willing to do. I mean, yeah, generally, I'm probably gonna play the PC version the most and just mod the original music back in, but I'm still sad that the prototype music was mishandled so badly, and by someone that I thought would be perfect for this job. Jun, I love your work, and I look forward to any future Sonic project you're part of, but if I could give you some advice, maybe just stick to guitars. Okay, this is the last time I'll do this, but talking about the classic mode, wouldn't it have been funny as hell if the anniversary mode was using the crappy prototype remixes? Meanwhile, classic mode just used the original soundtrack just fine? I would have found that pretty hilarious. But focusing on the anniversary mode, it's very solid, but there are some issues I have with it. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the biggest game on the collection, so I'm not super shocked that Headcanon managed to miss a few things, and I'm sure Sonic Team probably caused a few more issues to pop up once they they got their hands on the remaster. Regardless, I don't want to spend super long on this part of the video, so I'll just skim over all the problems I noticed in the port after playing it a few times. Everything about the remaster is pretty decent up until Marble Garden. I noticed the electric shield sort of gets disabled once you start flying on the spin tops, for some reason. Plus, the music for when Eggman appears in Act 2 isn't timed properly. The earthquake section in this level also has a new fixed angle now. It doesn't ruin the game or anything, but I'm not too crazy about it if I'm being honest. Carnival Knight's music sounds like ass, but you already know that. Ice Cap's music was alright. Getting to launch base, yeah, the music sucks, but I was so happy to see that Big Arms got revived for Sonic's story. I still love this boss fight. It's a great middle point for the game. I also really love how they used that fleeing Eggman sprite animation, but I did notice it's not layered properly. I especially love that they included a transitional cutscene to Sonic and Knuckles after launch base. What an amazing touch. Cooper, Sonic 3 Complete and Sonic 3 Air already included these things. Yeah, a-hole, I'm aware. I'm just saying that I also love that an official version of Sonic 3 also included them. So the rest of the remaster is going pretty solid until, I want to say Lava Reef Act 2. A few friends and I encountered a weird bug where once you reach Lava Reef Act 2, even if you have all the Chaos Emeralds and Super Emeralds, a really weird bug will happen where the game will reset the number of emeralds you have. It's so odd. I realized the quick way to fix this was by backing out to the main menu and just re-entering the game. This is, objectively speaking, probably the worst bug in Sonic Origins. Like, yeah, the Tails bug in Sonic 2 is bad and irritating, but at least that one doesn't halt your progression in the game for a short time. Apart from that Emerald bug, I didn't notice anything else wrong with the remaster. I mean, I guess I did notice the checkpoints in Sandopolis Act 2 might be broken, but I'm not sure how common this bug might be for others. When it comes to the extra stuff in Sonic 3, I love how the competition mode uses prototype menu music, and it doesn't sound like shit. I'm not sure if the original menu music was also causing legal issues, but the prototype music sounds alright. It's also neat that you can now play competition mode in a full screen single player mode. It really helps give us a better look at these mini levels, which I always thought looked sweet. Oh yeah, going back to single player, Knuckles' story opens with his Mushroom Hill cutscene from Sonic and Knuckles. It's cute, though I kinda wish they changed it to Angel Island, you know, for continuity purposes. Even Sonic 3 Air and Complete did that. Despite this, I do like that they kept the opening cutscene here. They even fixed Knuckles looking up animation, which was misaligned on Genesis. Plus, they fixed the Eggman sprite in Knuckles' Flying Battery boss fight to be Egg Robo. Cooper, Sonic 3 Complete and Sonic 3 Air already fixed this. I know, shut up. And I think that's about all I've got to say about the Sonic 3 remaster. While the remixed prototype music is mostly disappointing, despite its shortcomings, I'm still really happy we have an official remaster of Sonic 3. The rest of it is still a pretty solid version of my all-time favorite Sonic game. I know for a lot of people it's easy to just shoot this down and tell people, just play Sonic 3 Air. But I think it's important to have a remaster because not a lot of people know how to set up Sonic 3 Air. Plus, not everyone's a PC gamer, so I'm just happy that the general public is gonna get to play Sonic 3 again, even if it's not perfect. I guess one last thing I should point out about the remaster is that Sonic 3 appears to be the only game in Origins to not have a title screen demo. All the other games have short little demos after you sit at the title screen for a while, but Sonic 3 literally just doesn't have one. Odd. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Blue Spears is just a regular option on the main menu. It has both a classic mode that plays in 4x3, and a new mode with a brand new title screen and newly remixed Blue Spear stages. It's pretty sick and lots of fun. But who doesn't love endless Blue Spears? Blue Spear guy is gonna be so proud. Okay, those were all the remasters. But if there's one major collective flaw I have with all of them, or at least Sonic 1, 2, and CD, the games don't have their save features anymore. Sonic 3's save system is just fine and works like before, but back in the 2011 and 2013 ports of the first three games, they all had up to 4 different save files. For some reason, Sonic Origins got rid of those, which is really confusing. It just has you pick which character you want to be, and you can only play through the game once as that character. If you try starting a new game, you have to wipe your save file. That really stinks. What also stinks is that back in the 2013 ports, once you had a completed save file, you could use the save file as a level select just like in Sonic 3, and none of that was brought back in Origins. That seriously sucks. Sonic Team, please fix this. It was a useful feature in those ports and you just got rid of it for no reason. And this couldn't have been done to make the ports more authentic, because even the original Sonic CD had a damn save feature. Come on now. So those were just about all my issues with the remasters. What about the extra content? Well, there's a mission mode. It includes a few fun challenges like collecting 100 rings or so, not killing enemies as you reach the goal. I love the ones for Sonic 3 that let you use the elemental shields. Kinda reminds me of the missions from Sonic Generations. Overall, mission mode is not a terrible extra part of the game. It's a fun distraction. Also on the main menu, I really like the 3D models of the islands representing the games, and the island they used to represent mission mode is the one from Spinball. That's kinda cool. The game's not even in this collection, but I still like that the island's here. Missions can also help you earn more coins, which can be used for purchasing stuff in this game's museum. The museum contains music from the games, a ton of artwork from over the years, and a couple of videos. This game also has DLC, which mostly added more stuff to the museum. The DLC extras are way more interesting, and I personally feel that they should have been part of the base game in general, but I understand that Sega really wanted to earn more bucks off this collection. Also, the island representing the museum is the one from 3D Blast. Again, that game's not even in this collection, but I still like that it's there. Focusing on the illustrations, I like that a lot of the Harmony art got included. You might recognize that a bunch of these images were also included in Sonic Jam and Sonic the Screensaver. I love a lot of this art so much, it's so cute. In the video collection, I like how the Sonic 1, 2, and 3 medleys from the Symphony were included. Makes sense considering what this collection's for, though it does make me wish that the Symphony could have done a CD medley. I also kinda wish Crush 40's Sonic Boom section was here. Not to mention, I like how they included every episode of Sonic Mania Adventures because fuck it, why not? They're cute shorts. Also, if you're one of those people who hated these shorts and complained about how they apparently had forced in meme facial expressions simply put in to sell a bunch of shitty merch, these are cartoon shorts made for children. You don't know how animation works, and please shut the hell up. Honestly, this whole museum seemed like a really simple extra part to put in the game. It's better than nothing, but there are two issues. One, I don't like how fucking quiet the menus are. I know you can make playlists in the music section and just have your music in the playlist playing throughout, but I feel like they should have just kept the main menu music playing if you didn't set that up. Otherwise, it gets a bit dull looking at all the artwork and illustrations when it's just super quiet. The second issue is so unbelievably stupid that I cannot believe it got left in the game. Some of the DLC included music from other games like Spinball, 3D Blast, and even Chaotix. A bit strange considering neither of these games are in the collection, but I'm not about to say no to more music being added. However, several of the audio tracks, especially for Chaotix, were mislabeled. How the fuck did they fuck this up? Did the Sonic Team employee in charge of making this extra even know what the hell they were doing? Regardless, if they're gonna actually patch the game to fix the remasters, the museum music having screwed up audio tracks is not something that should be ignored. It's fucking awful. Something's terribly wrong when the mislabeled bad ending music for Chaotix's Door into Summer doesn't really capture the vibe they were going for. Also, I have one more complaint about the music in the museum. I love that they included remixes that were made in different games. I thought that was a fun idea. Yes, even including the Metal Sonic remix from Forces. I don't like it, but I'm not against it being here. It's cool. I think collecting all the remixes from the first 4 games and putting it in this collection made a lot of sense. But to any Sonic Team or Sega employee that might be watching, you guys did miss 2 important tracks. The gallery music from Generations was a violin remix of Sonic Sonic 3 Safe Select. And Challenge Mission 4, also from Generations, was a remix of Balloon Park from Sonic 3. Not sure how you guys forgot to include those two. Also, if you were gonna bother adding Chaotix' soundtrack as an extra, you might as well include the Collection Room Door into Summer remix as well, which was also from Generations like the other two songs. All three of these remixes are dope as hell, and I wish they were in this game. Get off your ass. Okay, that was Sonic Origins. Was it worth the wait? Well, I'll be honest, I waited so many years for a collection like this to finally get released. The CD remaster holds such a special place in my heart. Those 2013 remasters of Sonic 1 and 2 are so good, and finally getting an official remaster of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, regardless if the original music was gonna be there or not, that's all I wanted to see. So finally getting this collection after so long, and witnessing it just barely stumble to the finish line, it's kinda heartbreaking. I really want these remasters to be seen as the definitive versions of these games, but Sonic Team really dropped the ball for this collection. I genuinely believe that Origins just really needs to get some of its bugs ironed out, and it'll be a solid collection. But then there's still the issue of Sonic 3's prototype music still sounding like ass. The first 3 games need their save functions back, Sonic CD's ending cutscene needs to be fixed, and those museum audio tracks seriously gotta get sorted out. I also just wish we had simple customization options. Like, give us the option to use the Super Peel Out in more games than CD, or get to use the Insta Shield in more games than just Sonic 3, or even just the basic option of shutting off the drop dash in Anniversary mode. Why were simple features like that just left out of this collection? It's seriously disappointing. I want to remain confident that the game will get patched in the future, but with the advent of Stealth making some very risky tweets, I'm not too sure how likely or soon we'll see fixes for Origins. I still enjoyed the collection, and I'm grateful for its existence, but this whole thing really should have been handled better. Guess all we can do now is hope for the best, and also hope someone at Sonic Team still gives a shit about these games. I'd hate to end this on such a downer note, but I am happy with Origins, and I've put so many hours into the games on this collection alone. Again, I just hope a patch can fix all my issues with the game. I'd say get Sonic Origins when there's a sale going on. Hopefully by the time a sale for the game happens, maybe all its bugs got ironed out by then. Before I go, for any of you Sonic 3 prototype music aficionados who were also very likely disappointed with June's remixes, here's a recommendation. Go check out this awesome remix of Prototype Ice Cap from Mastered Realm. It uses the prototype composition, but rearranges it to match the same feel as the original song. It sounds so fucking sick, and I honestly want to see more remixes like this for Carnival Night and Launch Base. While I'm at it, I also recommend a great remix of Origin's Supersonic theme from Sonic 3, done by Mr. Shoe Monster. It's just the Sonic and Knuckles theme, except remix at the right pitch, and it doesn't sound like ass. Good shit. Just Sonic fans once again making better sounding music than the actual composers. If I could also recommend a few mods for Origins, there's obviously plenty of mods to put back in the original Sonic 3 soundtrack, but someone also did mods to incorporate Masato Nakamura's demo tracks from Sonic 1 and 2. I love those demo tracks, especially for Sonic 1, so it's cool that someone thought to do mods for this. I kinda wish they were an option in the actual collection, but with all the other legal shit going on with the music, I'm not surprised they couldn't get included. Oh yeah, someone also did a mod to fix the mislabeled songs for Sonic 3D Blast, Spinball, and Chaotix in the museum, which is pretty funny, so go check that one out too, along with the Better Origins mod, which has a bunch of fixes in it, so go check that one out too. That's all I've got to say about Sonic Origins. I'll see you all in the next review, and thanks for watching.